That's all for today's Nintendo Direct.
Hold it!
Oh, well, actually, we have one more announcement. Please take a look at our last video for the day.
I love Ace Attorney so much. It's my absolute favorite series. Not only do they impress me with their balance of comedy and tragedy, but also the human and natural relationships between characters and the captivating mystery that thrills me all the way through. And it's all set to consistently amazing soundtracks. What more could I want? I mean, I also really like Smash Brothers. I would like Phoenix Wright in Smash Brothers. That'd be pretty cool. No spoilers. I want people to play these games. I do not want to ruin anything. I'm gonna want to talk about stuff in the comments too, but we can't do anything spoily. If I see anything I think is kinda spoily, no hard feelings, and hey, accidents happen, but I am gonna take it down. It's important to know that there are non-canon cases in the series, so newcomers, you really can't be sure of anything here. So relax and hopefully enjoy. I guess let's start this thing with, his chances. Does he have a shot? I think so. I don't want to be biased. Well, okay, let's actually look at the evidence. Get it? Wow! First of all, among Sakurai's priorities is how unique a character is. Yeah, we have 4 characters that all do Dancing Blade, but out of like 70, that's not too bad. And Phoenix is plenty unique. There's nobody that can fight like him. Next, while Phoenix is third-party, he belongs to Capcom, who has been very cooperative with Mega Man, Ryu, Ken, Rathalos, all the spirit battles, all the music. They can get Ace Attorney if they want. Some people don't even know that. They just assume he's a Nintendo character since he's so Nintendo exclusive. The series started exclusively on the Game Boy Advance and then came exclusively to the Nintendo DS, and then Wii Shop and 3DS. It's on phones too if you want to try, and it's coming to the Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Having such a strong connection with Nintendo isn't always required like with Cloud and Joker, but it definitely doesn't hurt, and I think it's still helpful. And the fact that the series is about to branch out even further to all these new platforms counters the one argument that you might be able to make against Phoenix, which is maybe he's not popular enough, which... It's just weird to think of Phoenix as unpopular, since all of his games are rightfully rated highly. He's one of the most requested for and loved characters in crossovers like Marvel vs. Capcom. He's got an orchestra concert, jazz album, orchestra concert, orchestra again. We're getting one this year because last year's was too good. Anime, manga, musicals, movie, plays, patch slot, pachinko, but yeah, he's not as popular as he should be. Which is why now is the perfect win-win opportunity to put him in Smash. You see, there's been a rumor going around for a while now. I think it started in November of 2017. It said that Capcom was working on a few Ace Attorney related things for the Switch. Like the first 3 games packaged as a trilogy, Ace Attorney 1, 2, 3, much like it is on the Nintendo 3DS for only $30, get it now. As well as Ace Attorney 4, 5, and 6 being packaged as a trilogy. And last but not least, an Ace Attorney 7, a brand new game made entirely from scratch on the Switch. As time goes on, I do doubt this rumor more and more, but the first 3 games are confirmed to be coming to the Switch and other systems anyway, and I don't really see them continuing this series on the 3DS, so I think we're gonna get a new game for the Switch anyway. Even if we don't, and the series is just dead despite its ongoing success, we already have 3 games confirmed coming to the Switch, which is more than other DLC candidates can say. But again, Joker, Cloud, Piranha Plant, so nothing really matters. Things are different this time. Sakurai's picking characters from Nintendo's list. I can't help but feel like Nintendo knew Sakurai, and a lot of people were big fans of Persona 5, and asked Atlus about Joker, and then when Joker's name was on the list of candidates, Sakurai was as surprised and thrilled as the rest of us. Sakurai has written fondly of Ace Attorney in his Famitsu column and has noted its charming presentation. And I know it might be a bit of a stretch, but similarly with how people noticed the final Smash aesthetic was similar to Persona 5, I'm wondering if he got all this confetti from Ace Attorney? He's also been seen pictured hanging out happily with some people that work behind Ace Attorney, which is so nothing, I know, but like, it seemed worth mentioning. It's stupid, sorry. What I'm trying to get at is that Nintendo would likely put Phoenix Wright on their list of candidates because he's a valuable, unique character from the ever-cooperative Capcom. And as if Phoenix didn't have enough of an advantage already, it's Sakurai picking characters from this list, and he's into Ace Attorney. And that's why I think that Phoenix Wright honestly has at least a 60% chance. I don't know, anything can happen, there's a lot of competition, but I think Phoenix has everything you need. I also think that if Sakurai saw Phoenix's name on the list, he would instantly have fun trying to think of a moveset. And let's say hypothetically he can't, and he needs my help because I need a transition. To understand how Phoenix would fight, let's understand Phoenix. He's a defense attorney that knows what it's like when no one believes you. He protects the innocent, chases the truth, and fights with all he's got. Usually, though, all this dork's got is odds against him. His cases are hopeless. It's so clutch, sometimes Phoenix just bluffs his way onto the coincidentally correct path of logic, or a friend might burst in with a vital piece of evidence. Phoenix is smart and has been able to turn the tides and solve cases on his own, but without friends or luck, he would have been out of a job forever ago. So in conclusion, a defense dork at a disadvantage who can turn everything around with precise punishes and dumb luck. This was translated to Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where Phoenix starts an investigation mode where literally his only special move is Maya comes in to help. In this mode, your main goal is to defend yourself and gather good evidence. Once you get enough, go to trial mode, find an opening in the opponent, land objection, and then you get to finally be the best character in the game. I had so much fun with Phoenix in this game. Once you get to this mode, all the opponent can do is run, and try and hide in the corner. And get this, the mode has special music that overrides all of the music in the game and keeps going until Phoenix dies or the mode's timer runs out. This music is a remix from Ace Attorney and it's called Cornered. Isn't that just perfect? Cornered, for when your opponent is in the corner, hiding, and can't because Phoenix has an unblockable setup in the corner anyway with Maya. I just love it so much. But yes, the Ultimate Marvel team did a great job translating Phoenix. So that's Phoenix. I cannot draw him, but please allow whoever this is to represent him. I'll use official art wherever I can. Here we go. Here's his idol. It's the same as the game. I mean, in Smash he'd have legs. Here's the Marvel. They did it too. You know, come on. In Marvel, they had his thinking animation used as a taunt, but I think it would be better as an idle animation. And for another idle animation, he can just straighten his tie for a little bit. For his jab, I think Phoenix should just do his classic point. A rapid jab or combo could work, but I just think a nice simple back off fits so much better. Look, he's already at a disadvantage. This can't kill, it won't do a lot of damage, but it's not Isabel's jab, it's more like Ganondorf's, it's not complete trash. For his F-tilt, I see him presenting an important document with oomph, snappily attacking opponents with more damage and knockback, but in exchange for a bit more startup and end lag. So more of a combo finisher or punish rather than a combo extender or safe poke. The end lag shouldn't be too long at all, but I think it'd be cool that if you let the animation play, he taps on his paper like he does in his games before he puts it away, and that extra tap or two can do dinky little hits that alone do pretty much nothing, but in theory, could be the final hit in stamina battles, or an extension to a team combo in doubles, but more often than not, just a goofy little extra. For his up tilt, in Marvel they gave him a move where he realizes some sort of breakthrough in a case, and I think it's just perfect. It's really adorable. It makes a noise from the game. Oh, but in Smash, I would have him lift his hand up to do the gesture that accompanies this sort of realization. This way he has a nice initial hit that can lead to the second hit. Hand a light bulb. It's not a kill move or anything, but he should be rewarded for being able to land this and punish people, instead of whatever they did to Pac-Man's up tilt. Come on. I thought of a few different things that could work as his down tilt, but I'm settling on fingerprinting. I think it's a perfect fit. In the games, to get fingerprints, you apply powder and you blow. So in Smash, down tilt to apply the powder, and press A again to blow. Kinda like Piranha Plant's F tilt, Belmont's down tilt, one of those where it gives you a free follow-up that's good, but you don't have to do it if you don't wanna. For his dash attack, I figured that technically he's strongest when he's behind a desk and presenting logical thoughts, so it just seemed natural that if he tried to run at someone, it would be unnatural and he wouldn't be good at it. and therefore he would fall over. We already have a few characters that fall over for their dash attack, but they're all face first, so to be a little unique, I have Phoenix slipping and hitting people with his butt. This would definitely be one of Phoenix's weaker moves, but I think at low percents it should have a chance to make the opponent trip, and oops, now we all fell over, how cute. Alright, here's what we got so far. I'll organize my sloppy doodles as we go on, and at the end I'll put them all together for clarity. Now for his aerials. It's important to note that Phoenix is afraid of heights, so when he jumps he should look a little nervous. They kept true to this in Marvel, which I really appreciate, but he also only had one jump there. He's gonna need another one in Smash, and while most characters just do a spin or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I think it'd be cute if Phoenix used a sneeze. In Marvel, this reference to the games was used as an attack, but in Smash, I think we can sneak it in his double jump animation. I think it would be a fun way to see a character get altitude. And if Phoenix is idle in the air, he'll look down and look nervous. He'll be more nervous if he's already used both of his jumps. For his neutral air, I think he shouldn't have a good get off me option. If Phoenix is in the middle of a combo or at a disadvantage, it shouldn't really be easy for him to get out. So I imagine this move where he kind of panics in the air and wants everyone to get away from him, but it has startup and he throws a bunch of paperwork around. Not a kill move, not a lot of knockback. I guess I imagine it working just like the Marvel paper. A pretty good juggle move, a really good juggle move if you get lucky with the hitboxes. The best comparison I could make is that it would be kind of a mix of Bowser's Nair and Leaf Shield. Now for his forward air, I think Luminol fits best. In the games, well, this and fingerprinting only appear in like one case in the original trilogy, but anyway, it's a spray that helps you find invisible traces of blood. So his forward air is this spray. Little juggle, little approach, not a killer, but pretty good. This shouldn't affect the rating of the game since it's only showing traces of where blood once was, so I think there's potential for a really cool Easter egg. Maybe Phoenix sprays a stage or an item like the Death Scythe, or Cloud's Buster Sword, or Dracula's mouth since he's a vampire who drinks blood and they all glow blue. Just a quick fun fact for my fellow Ace Attorney fans, did you know there's like secret luminol spots? I only know about 2. Maybe replay that case. For his down air, I want him to point down and spike. I guess the sweet spot could be small. I want a really big reward for a precise hit. I don't want it to be that rare. It's like any other spike, you get rewarded for a precise hit. This wouldn't have a lot of end lag. In my head it's about as much as Mewtwo's, but if you let the animation play out, it looks like he gets dizzy because he's not great in the air, but this is purely aesthetic, you can cancel it at any time. By the way, did y'all know that Phoenix's hair is just like that? That's natural, it's not gelled. So for his backer, I'm imagining he stumbles in the air and his spikes do the rest. He wouldn't even be aware, he would just be looking down worried about the height, but behind him would be one of his best kill moves. For his up air, you know, Phoenix isn't prepared for the air, so I imagine his pockets aren't either, and whether he's going up, down, whatever the momentum is, something flies out. Realize it, grabs it before it flies all the way away, puts it back in his pocket, he's gonna need this important evidence for later. Sorry, it hit someone, accidents happen. This would kinda be like Z-dropping if your character reached out and grabbed whatever they just dropped. I was considering giving this move an RNG element since I don't want it to be the same piece of evidence every time, but I think the move fits best if it's safe, disjointed, consistent, but laggy. The purpose of this move is to be a beefy anti-air, not a combo starter. So example, say Link is landing with a down air. If Phoenix times this right, his evidence should hit Link before Link's sword hits Phoenix. If he times this too late, then he'll get hit with the sword before his evidence comes out. And if he times it too early, then his hand will reach out and grab the evidence, extending his hurt box, getting him hit. It's a safe, disjointed, consistent kill move, but it's only active for a couple frames and it's got end lag, so you better time it right. And those are the aerials. Some nice juggle tools, some precise punishes, and a dorky but reasonable fear of heights. Now for smash attacks. You know, generally in Smash, characters get about 3 smash attacks, and in Ace Attorney, there's 3 main giant word bubble things, so it seems simple to make those the smash attacks, but the only one I want to keep is objection being forward smash. Maybe want is putting it lightly. F smash needs to be objection. It has to be. It needs to be chargeable, it needs to be so satisfying, it needs to pack so much oomph. It'd look something like this. Pretty big, right? Don't be scared, it's very laggy, you can just jump over it, it's not going to do any shield damage, he's only going to hit this if he gets a big read or your shield's broken already. One might be surprised at how important desk slams are in the series, but they're a staple, and Phoenix's could make for a great down smash that hits on both sides at the same time. Alright, this one's a little weirder. For his up smash, I want him to investigate and examine. This little reticle basically represents Phoenix looking around, so for his up smash, we're gonna have it visualize his hitbox too. Uncharged, the reticle will hit right above him, which can be good sometimes, but for some more versatility, charge the move up. The reticle will move up to a certain limit, and you can test your precise timing with a small hitbox. And it'll make that noise from the game too, like you picked something to examine. And those are his smash attacks. Now for his grab and throws. First of all, Phoenix wouldn't actually grab anybody, that'd be weird. Let's talk about the Magatama for a second. This is an artifact that lets Phoenix see when people are keeping secrets. Ideally, he presents evidence and interrogates until all the secrets are unlocked. So we're just gonna have this be his grab. Phoenix will present the Magatama, chains will come up, and if an opponent is caught in this area, then they will be subject to interrogation. His pummel will be pretty special, the slowest but most damaging in the game. It'll have a lock slamming down on the opponent and breaking instantly. It'll be slow, but each of these will do about 10%. For Phoenix's throws, he'll end his interrogation by pointing in a direction, and a Cyclock will position the opponent and explode, launching them in that direction. Yeah, pretty simple. I'm not stuffing a lot of references in his throws. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Besides, the Magatama's cool on its own. Like, for example, sure, his down throw could be a version of the desk slam, but that's like too violent. Magatama is perfectly distant and showing off something cool from his game. I imagine his throws would be generally good, but to be honest, I don't have any strong feelings on what should be a kill throw, what should be a combo throw. I just kind of envision it being similar to Lucas's grab game, and hope that it wouldn't be like Rose's current version, because that's... that's not good. Those are the throws, in case you forgot, and now for the specials! In court, Phoenix has two main tools, pressing and presenting. Pressing questions the witness for more information. If something they say is inconsistent with the facts, that's when you present. You show off evidence that proves a contradiction and maybe turns the entire case around. So I want to translate pressing as Phoenix's neutral special. Pressing usually doesn't get the job done by itself. It's a start, a setup, it leads into something. So I want this move to punish an opening in the opponent's playstyle by extending it. So he's gonna yell hold it. But think of this functionally as Zero Suit's neutral special. I want the same type of charge. If you just tap the button, then you get a tiny little hold it that maybe gimps somebody but really isn't doing much. The longer you hold the button, the better the move. This isn't a projectile and won't cover as much ground as Zero Suit's, but if you can land a full charge with this closer ranged move, then you get an even bigger reward. If you really read someone so hard that you're able to pick out an opening in their playstyle that hasn't even happened yet because you have to charge this, then yeah, congratulations. Remember to do a finishing blow though. This move alone won't kill until really high percent, so it's not enough to just get a lucky trade. This is a good chargeable move like Zero Suit or Greninja's neutral Bs, not storable like DK or Samus's neutral Bs. Phoenix can't charge this up and then save the full blast for later, that'd be too good for him. Also Kirby. He'd copy Phoenix, but he'd say objection instead. Now side special is where presenting should go, and I think it should look something like this. Probably not this fast, but still a pretty decent projectile at a nice arc. But some evidence is more decisive than others, and I want to represent Phoenix's luck here. Phoenix would present plenty of evidence from his games, and maybe other games too, and there's a chance he could present the Shichishito, which I think I'm saying right, and would be one of those moves like 9 or Stitch Face, and it's just too perfect for a goofy comeback character like Phoenix. It would have the added safety of being a projectile, so it shouldn't be as strong as 9, but you can't hold it or re-grab it, so it shouldn't be as weak as Stitch Face. Somewhere in the middle is good, especially since it can still be countered and reflected. For Phoenix's up special, believe it or not, but there's no mechanic in Ace Attorney that helps Phoenix gain altitude. But there's an ongoing inside joke that could. In the first game, you could optionally examine this stepladder in the background, and Phoenix and Maya would talk about it for a little bit, and now every character in the series has to take a side. The argument is basically ladder or stepladder, so for Smash, let's do both. If you tap up B, then you get stepladder, which has no hitbox, but is very fast, but is kinda short. If you hold up B a little bit, then you get the ladder, which is longer, but slower, but has a hitbox at the tip. In regards to holding the button down, this would kinda be like Ryu's up B, except this one would snap to the ledge. One more trade-off between the two would be that for the ladder, you could angle it, but go into free fall after, and for the stepladder, you can't angle it, but you're not put in free fall, so you can air dodge or do whatever, kinda like Mega Man. Phoenix is great on his own, but it just wouldn't make any sense to me if Maya didn't come along too. They're a team, they're hilarious, and they visit every crossover together. I wish I recorded it and I won't ramble, but my goodness, how many times in Marvel has Maya saved me on the last pixel? She's gotta join the fight, she wants to. This is the perfect time to join Smash, all these spirits flying around, it's the perfect training for channeling, this is the special course. So, in Ace Attorney, her powers have their limits, but in crossovers, they just kinda let her do whatever she wants. Like this? This doesn't happen in the games ever, but who cares? Spiritual power, this is very vague, we can do whatever we want. So in Smash, what I want is when Phoenix presses down B, Maya shows up and imbues him with spiritual power. This'll buff up his next hit a bit, not speed him up or mess with his weight, but still, more damage, more knockback, maybe open up some new combo possibilities. Kinda like deep breathing for one move? You can't hit Maya, she's invincible, and if Phoenix doesn't get hit, she'll strike this pose and disappear as quickly as she appeared. If Phoenix gets hit before the buff, then he doesn't get a buff. If he gets hit after the buff, then he still has the buff, but either way, Maya's gonna get mad. Whether Phoenix got hit hard enough to be knocked away or not, Maya has entered this new phase where she's now targeting the opponent, and in a second or two, wherever they are, she lunges at him. It's pretty slow and the range isn't great, but she's completely invincible, can't be reflected, can't be countered, she can be shielded, and she won't do a lot of shield damage, but still, pretty good. Especially since Phoenix is acting independently too. He can do whatever he wants as long as he's not still in hit stun. Getting grabbed or buried or poisoned or put to sleep or anything will trigger this to happen. If Maya's lunge is unsuccessful, she'll give this face and disappear. But if she gets someone, she'll do this face instead. Her lunge should be pretty strong too, kill at about 90? If this is done in the air, then she'll float in the sky like Zelda's Knight, cause, spiritual power. You can't press down B when she's already out, and no matter what scenario after she leaves, she'll probably be inactive for 5 more seconds. When you do try to press down B, Phoenix will just do a little shrug. I was thinking Maya could be reflected and maybe even grabbed and thrown at Phoenix, but I think the startup and the range is enough for weaknesses. And those are his specials. Oh, and a weird spot to put him, I'm sorry, but here are some get-up attacks. I'd use his speech bubbles to extend his hitboxes since he'd be in such weird positions. And that's the moveset I'm going with. There's plenty of leeway and potential though. Maybe he uses a briefcase, or magic wind powers the anime seems to have given him. If you have any passionate suggestions, as long as they're not spoily, I would love to read them in the comments. But alright, this is the moveset I'm going with for now. It's true no one can fight quite like Phoenix, but I'm wondering if we can get pretty close. Who would be a good Echo? Who would be a good Echo? Well, hypothetically, we already have Maya's model ready, but she would need an entirely new moveset, which I think they should go for in a new versus Capcom game. Not here, not yet. Mii is actually a really good option. She could do everything, except maybe a new back air, dash attack, I might be forgetting. Oh, new up air. She's got the same main issue as Edgeworth, who I thought would be the perfect Echo. He's a classic rival, he's one of the most popular characters, but both these people are just not dorky enough. I mean, Edgeworth is a dork, but not like Phoenix. We would still have to change a lot of moves and animations to be more elegant and confident. Athena's a pretty good choice, but she's not afraid of heights, and I would have to change her grab game and down special entirely. She could use the Mood Matrix, which I love, but would be very different. Athena can definitely be a bit much at times, but she's really cool and I'd love to see her in the Versus series too. The perfect Echo has access to psychic nonsense, a magical friend, and is even afraid of heights. For all else, it makes sense for them to copy Phoenix, because they studied law by watching videos of his cases. Apollo is definitely the perfect Echo. This kid's perfect, you only have to change a few things. Okay, so yeah, new back hair. He doesn't have spiky hair, none of them do. I would have him point, which, okay, at first seems boring, but it would turn him around, like Martha Roy's back air. He's losing a kill move, but he's getting more aerial control, the opportunity to take advantage of more unique situations. His up smash would be the same, but maybe for fun, visually we change it just to have the newer investigation reticle, that's it. Another purely aesthetic change is instead of the Magatama, Apollo would use his bracelet. Instead of chains and locks, the opponent is trapped in a big spiritual bracelet, and for the pummel, it'll squeeze him just as slow and strong as the Magatama. And for his throws, the bracelet will hover people up and shoot him away, just like the Magatama does. Lastly, for his down B, instead of Maya, Trucy would show up. She would poof in, buff Apollo with a magic spell, float in the air with magic if she had to, everything the same as Maya so far. But whether Apollo gets hit or not makes no difference. Trucy will always show off her Mr. Hat trick and then leave. I hope this doesn't come off as mean. She's one of my favorite characters, it's just that her and Maya's teasing styles are different. Maya seems to enjoy whatever discomfort Phoenix is in and makes fun of him for it, whereas Trucy kind of ignores whatever discomfort Apollo is in. The change just feels right. So, Trucy will always put out this hitbox, but it'll always be right next to Trucy, static. It won't move. That's the trade-off. I know that I picked Apollo because hypothetically he would be the least amount of work, but then I'm also saying we need to model Trucy. I know that. And finally, his idol. In the games, he rests his hand on the bench or desk or whatever you want to call it, and in Smash, we can have him rest his hand on his hip. Kind of a reflection of Phoenix. Oop, not finally, because Apollo also has his own thinking animation, and when Kirby copies him, he'll say gotcha instead, because that's kind of Apollo's thing. Apollo would say it when he activates his final smash, too. For his final smash, he could have one person explode by perceiving them, or he could cut through multiple people with revisualization. Or it could pretty much be the same as Phoenix's, which I'll show next, but with the obvious updates. For Phoenix's final smash, I was inspired by this scene, and this next part's gonna transition right into most of the music and spirits I want in the game, so it's gonna go on for a while, and I'll see you later.
Objection! 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 Order in the court! Objection overruled!
Hey again. So those are most of the options. For characters like Edgeworth and Athena, I would use Phoenix and Apollo's alternate colors, and Trucy and Maya would count as fighter spirits. Otherwise, Winston and Wendy should totally show up, maybe in the store, Mia should be summon exclusive, and Phoenix's Japanese exclusive ancestor seems to make the most sense to me as a reward for clearing a challenge, and if we get some DLC modes, maybe we get some DLC challenges, I don't know. There are a lot of cool and pretty places in Ace Attorney, but it can't not be the courtroom. It could simply be a walk-off with an exciting court case going on in the background, or maybe you fight in this judge area. Or maybe a bomb goes off and the stage transitions into how it looked in Dual Destinies, but not really though, because showing a courtroom getting bombed is what got Dual Destinies rated M. I can show it though, don't worry, I don't monetize anything anyway, but yes, look at how pretty it is. You could have all these stage hazards, and I don't know about you guys, but I am all for more stages that have this end of the world we have to escape type of atmosphere. There's gotta be ways to censor this appropriately. Maybe you don't see the bomb, you just hear ticking? I don't know. Whatever, maybe this works better in a versus Capcom game anyway, but put it somewhere. Well anyway, to avoid this from being a claustrophobic walk-off, we could do the Smashville route and just have a stage floating in front of a background. Whether it's the bombed courtroom, or the default courtroom, which it really should be, or something else cool, you could have platforms on the left and right to represent the defense and prosecutor bench, and you could have one in the middle to be like the judge or witness stand, or not. Whatever the layout, personally, I don't care. It's the courtroom, it's gonna have great music, and there's no reason the stage should not be legal. Get it? Cause the law, cause the lawyer. I've tried to include a lot of characters already, but we can get a few more with Mii Costumes. I think this is a great spot for the Blue Badger and Steel Samurai. This is also a more fitting spot for Masty Mask. I guess I just wanted to show off his music, because I like so much of the music I'm not going to be able to celebrate it all here, but yeah, consider him a bonus spirit and a good Mii Costume candidate. On another note, every new fighter gets a cool nickname in the boxing ring. Phoenix has got lots of nicknames, some of my favorites being Comeback King and Turnabout Terror, but for Smash, I think Ace Attorney would be best. And while Apollo is also an Ace Attorney, I think Chords of Steel might fit best, or no, Mr. Fine. Yeah. Another cool stage interaction is Palutena's Guidance. I know they're not doing them for DLC characters, but whatever, for fun, and who knows, maybe they'll change their mind someday anyway. So for Phoenix, I'm feeling it would go something like this. Huh? What's Phoenix Wright doing on the battlefield? Watch out, Pit. Huh? Why? I haven't even done anything illegal. I am not going back to jail. Pit, I want you to keep up the pressure. Reflect his evidence. Don't let him get a turnabout. Won't I get sued for assault? Either he beats you in court or I beat you here. Yes, ma'am. And then for Apollo, it's something like, Pit, are you nervous to fight Apollo Justice? Oh, I'm fine. Finally gonna kick his butt. Get it? Well, his bracelets can tell when you're nervous. Yeah, well, my bracelets are pretty cool too, so I'm not nervous. Well, alright, good luck then. Don't worry, Lady Palutena. I'll make sure that justice is served. Get it? Cause like, when someone gets served. Goodbye, Pit. In Phoenix and Apollo's classic routes, they'll both be defending clients and catching criminals. Apollo's route, Apollo Justice Ace Smash Brother, will start with someone guilty of graffiti, but it's not Apollo's client. You gotta take down Inkling, the true criminal. For round 2, looks like King K. Rool is getting creative and trying to pin his own crimes on DK. If you fight good enough, then you can prove that it's King K. Rool who's guilty of theft and kidnapping. Then for round 3, Apollo goes to the clock tower to investigate this whole Witch vs. Angels case. Dark Pit would be a difficult witness, but Apollo could squeeze some truth out of him. Then in round 4, you defend Pit in court and expose Bayo's contract that says she has to kill angels, I think? I didn't play the game, but I think that's a thing shit. Anyway, in the next round, Apollo's trying to investigate, but a bunch of Ganon's goons are getting in the way. That won't stop him though, and in the next round, you and Zelda can team up to try and take down Giant Ganon in court. Then a little bonus game, and then for the final battle, Ganon is not done yet. You gotta beat him one more time and finish it. For Phoenix's route, Super Turnabout Brothers, I want to start by having him fight Joker, because ideally it would be referencing what I hope is the next trailer, which is basically, hey, hold it, you stole my invitation. But yeah, you take him down for larceny. Grand larceny, I guess. I mean, I haven't played Persona 5 yet, but I assume the great Phantom Thief steals more than just mail. Then for round 2, you take down Wolf with Fox, y'all get it by now. Round 3, you try to investigate, but Bowser's minions get in the way. Round 4, you take down Bowser with Peach. Round 5, Dark Samus is a difficult witness. Round 6, Ridley is hauled to jail if you win. Bonus round, and then finally, Dracula as the final boss for Phoenix. I think he's perfect. He even has the stupid cravat thing. For their entrances, they'll both start with desks that poof away quickly. Phoenix will say what he usually does before a fight. The defense is ready. And Apollo will give his usual line, "Here comes justice." He's a dork. For their taunts, they'll both bring their confident sprites and their goofy smile sprites. For his third, Apollo will practice his chords of steel, yelling, "Apollo Justice is doing fine!" because that's a thing he does. I'm telling you, he's a dork. Phoenix's third really has to be him presenting his badge. This is an ongoing joke in the series, which I love, and it's cocky and prideful. It's perfect for a taunt. Here are Phoenix's alternate colors. You got 3 prosecutors, a mentor, detective, Athena, and Apollo. And these are Apollo's colors. 3 prosecutors, mentor, detective, Athena, and Phoenix. There are some really cool alts I would love to see get the spotlight, but I don't want to risk ruining anything. I'm not going to show them. I just hope some Ace Attorney fans know what I'm talking about. Here's a safe cute one for Apollo. Look at him, he's adorable. You could put that in a Smash. For their victory themes, Objection 2001 could easily be remixed for a triumphant fanfare for Phoenix, and Apollo could totally get a little mix of his own theme. Turnabout Sisters could also make for a great little fanfare. There are plenty of options, especially since every new game gets a new victory theme. For their victory poses, I can totally see Trucy bringing out Mr. Hat and Apollo getting sandwiched between them in a big group hug. Another one starts on Apollo's worried face, and you hear Trucy go, "Now for our next trick," and it zooms out to show that Apollo might get stabbed. For the third one, we'll do a famous disappearing trick. Apollo, 3, 2, 1, poof, wins! Pan over. Oh, he's in the distance. Apollo would be pretty busy in these poses, but he could still give a few victory quotes. Maybe before the group hug, he says something like, "Ow, my wrist, you were nervous the whole time." For Phoenix's poses, I think he should have one where he points with Maya back to back. He could say stuff like, "Take that," or "Next time turn your thinking around." Another one can be kinda unique for the series, where it wouldn't say Phoenix wins, it would say Maya, which would surprise him. He'd look over, Maya would celebrate, wins, and he'd roll his eyes like, "Oh, okay, congrats Maya, you did it. You didn't get eaten by Kirby, but sure, okay." And finally, victory. Phoenix and Apollo can have special one-on-one dialogue if they beat each other too. If Apollo beats Phoenix, he can say something like, let's just settle this in court next time." And if Phoenix beats Apollo, he can say something like, "Try yelling, 'Take that' next time." Now for their swimming animations, nah. I think we can call it here. I hope this was fun, even though I clearly don't know how to use a green screen and my drawings could be better. Oh, and anyone new to the series, delete your history. I would hate for your suggestions to be filled with spoilers because you watched this. Anyway, I love comments. I'm really curious actually, based on my proposal, would you rather play Phoenix or Apollo? Most of the comments I get when I make a new video is, "Yay, you're back," and I'm so sorry. If you really miss me and are like waiting for me to come back, I'm on Twitter, you can chill with me there. And hey, if Phoenix doesn't get in Smash, it's okay. The Smash team has done so much already, and I really appreciate it. Thank you to them for everything so far. And thanks to the entire Ace Attorney team too. I love every single one of these games so far, and I'm excited for whatever's next. And thank you for letting me ramble just way too long. Oh, and did you know that the English singer of Smash Ultimate's Lifelight, Abby Trott, also voiced Maya? Maybe next time you hear that song you can imagine Maya singing it, especially since she's singing about spirits. Okay, I gotta shut up now. Thanks a bunch, please try the games, and see you later.